with Kung Fu Life Team Hangout. We are here with Marrese Crump. If you don't know who he is, you need to Google him. You need to Google the name Marrese Crump. Crump Martial Arts, CMA. What's going on? All right. There's so many things I want to cover, so but I'm going to be pretty brief. First, martial arts background.
I started with Taekwondo.
Yes.
Taekwondo and boxing.
Yes.
My first teacher, Kim J.
Okay.
He taught me in the garage. And then he told me, go learn everything you can. And so that kind of got into the Kali, the Muay Thai, and the Capoeira. So other stuff, but those are my three strong.
Very cool, very cool. Okay. Let's just dive into this film.
Yes, sir.
What sparked your interest in film?
Honestly, I just love Bruce Lee movies.
Yeah.
Like when I was little, I used to watch Bruce Lee movies, and I actually wanted to be more of a teacher, which is why my own dojo and I got into teaching.
Yes.
And I still teach.
Yes.
But I just wanted to reach like a level of excellence.
Yes.
And so I think the movie thing became more of like I wanted to teach to a bigger audience.
Interesting.
You know what I'm saying? So everybody knows that media is a big thing.
Yes, sir.
And so the opportunity to be in movies to me is a chance to inspire.
Okay. With the film thing, right? Okay. You've worked in Thailand.
Yes, sir.
Where else?
I went to China, my way of RZA, actually.
Out of here.
Yeah, with the man with the iron fist. We actually shot part 2. I can't talk about it
I know.
a lot, but yeah,
I know.
Man with the iron fist 2 is actually coming too.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
But
How do you know I know that guy? How do you know I know that guy?
Everybody knows what happened. Everybody knows what happened.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Good dude. So with the choreography thing, especially like let's say in Thailand, right?
Yes, sir.
What is it like working with those guys? Because I know that in Hong Kong, Hong Kong set the standard for action film. You know, but
Welcome to the interview.
you're in the interview.
It's all good.
No, it's okay. But with the a lot of those guys in Hong Kong aren't doing that type of work anymore.
Right.
You know what I mean?
You know, I think it's just different.
Okay.
I think the Chinese they have their own style. The Indonesians have their own style. The Thais have their own style. And I think America, we draw from all of those styles, and we try to make like a melting pot of it. I think if you investigate each one of those more deeply, then you get kind of a root understanding of how you can weave those better. You hear where I'm going?
Yes.
That's just my opinion.
That being said, you know this, so I'm just saying this for the sake of the viewers. Film, you know, the film crowd, especially the action film crowd, is very, very fickle. You show one thing and they're amazed. You show the same thing again, then it's like, that's old, right? How do you keep your creativity? Because I got to tell you, the piece you did with Tony Jaa,
Yes, sir.
ridiculous. I mean, it's very, very, very creative. The tempos changed and switched up. I know what I'm looking at. But go ahead, talk to me about that. How hard is it to keep the next step up, you know, to keep everybody involved?
I think just for me, and this is my thinking process, is like you said, you're seasoned. So you know what you're looking at. A person who may not be seasoned, they may not know what they're seeing, the depth of it, but they're entertained. And so in each movie that I do, if I can get away with it, I try to speak to both audiences. Nice. You know what I'm saying?
Nice.
So
Yes.
I'm doing something for people who go, oh, he can do a spin kick, that's awesome.
Right.
But I'm also doing it in a way and during a specific time where a person who knows, they go, that was real.
Yeah.
And that was designed a certain way.
See, I'm going to step back a little bit. You were talking about your motivation for doing film was really to reach people, you know, the martial arts.
Yes, sir.
My film idol is a Hong Kong practitioner, Lau Kar Leung.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So it was pretty much the same thing with him. He wasn't an actor that decided to do martial arts. He was a kung fu master that was in the film.
To further the art.
And that was it, just to further the art. So yeah, that's incredible. And he had the same mindset of, I'm going to speak to both. I'm going to speak to the consumer,
Yes, sir.
and I'm going to speak to the expert.
Yes, sir.
You know, so both get
Yes.
it. That's powerful. Okay, so what are your influences? a choreographer?
Well, I have to say, this man right here. And sadly enough, he passed away this year. But this is my mentor in action. Now, before I got to this, my martial art teachers taught me they taught me the structure.
Yes, sir.
They taught me the dynamics. Yes, sir. He taught me how to take those dynamics and put them in front of a camera so that the camera can see and the camera can understand.
Yes.
And so, because the theory is change your martial arts so that the camera can see what you're doing.
Right.
But the flaw in the theory is, if I'm already doing it right, then maybe the camera needs to be a little more educated in what I'm doing. Now, I understand safety.
Yes.
We have to add, you have to change it a little bit.
Yes.
But I mean absolutely to the smallest amount you need to change it, only for the safety of the person that you're
Exactly. See, this is deep because, like, I know in Asian, in the old days, I don't know how it is now, but in the old days, like the old Shaw Brothers days, the action director did, he cut and spliced, he did that.
Yes, sir.
And nobody else touched it. And that used to be a big pet peeve with Asian action directors trying to work in the West where they wouldn't allow them.
Yes.
But I think it speaks to your point.
And I think that on a world scale, everybody's becoming more hip to how camera angles work, how action movies are made, and I think that's great. And so I think the more we come to understand how it works, then we can evolve. Because I don't want a person to see what I'm doing and go, how did they make that up? I want them to go, how awesome is it that he expressed what is really inside? Like, well, that was crazy. And then when they meet me, I want them to be even more blown because they go, yo, it was a better experience meeting him in real life than it was watching him.
Absolutely. Where are you from?
I'm from Tampa. But I'm a world human being.
Okay, I hear you. Beautiful. Okay, we're talking before about martial arts. This is the last question.
Yes, sir.
Because I'll sit here and talk forever, but we're talking about martial arts. I know, right? and we're talking about, off camera, we're talking about football.
Yes, sir.
And we're talking about the truth behind all martial arts. Regardless to what they look like on your face. I like how Bruce Lee put it. There's no such thing as different styles of fighting, only different outlooks on training. Because it's the same human being doing it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So speak to that. You were talking about, the flow drills.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And how, if you understand, it's not the technique or the structure, you understand the flow itself, right? Then that translates.
Well, I'll give you the shortest version on this that I can.
Yes.
I practice Kali, Muay Thai, Capoeira, Pink Jacks a lot.
Right.
Okay. Jiu-Jitsu.
Yes.
Those are all arts that have cultural structure, and culture is beautiful. But we all know, like you said, the individual is the key, right?
That's right.
So now imagine this. People used to ask me, "Hey man, what do you do?" And I had a hard time answering because I was like, "Man, that sounds like a really egotistical answer when you do this, I do this, I do this." They said, "Well, how good are you with all that?" So now my answer, and through some processes and some things I learned, I told people I do the art of Marrese Crump.
There you go.
And they say, "Oh man, what is that?" And I go, "Well, here's the thing. Every time you perform your art, it is new." Right? Every time you perform your art. So it's constantly, it's a living thing.
That's right.
And so the aspects of all those arts are in your body.
Absolutely.
And so you are embodying art
Every time you perform.
So I am the living art. Exactly. So it's not an egotistical statement when you are the art.
That's actually an expression of transcendence. It really is. You're not in the box.
And so that's the quest I'm on. So it's definitely not a position of that I'm there. It's that I'm heading where I feel like.
Okay, I told you I want you to teach me a new flow.
Yes,
right?
sir. Yes, sir.
I know one that I stole from front of my eye, adopted from my students. So like 1, 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, they have one, I don't know the Chinese name for this, but there's one similar. And Atlantis one also.
Okay.
But yes, this is the standard one that you see. So if I was to break this pattern and open up there, you have the range. So there you have the center of the body.
Yes, you have the inside.
So you work the outside, and then you go in the very inside, and then you work the inside.
Thank you. I appreciate you. Keep doing it. One last thing, another thing, and I'll make this as a statement because I know we're talking about this too. It's refreshing and it's encouraging to see a return of strong, black, male, positive images on the screen. So we saw that. Thank you. is Sharif Bey with Marrese Crump. This is the Kung Fu Life.
Peace.